Hey guys, Jake Mellor here. Life's funny, isn't it? It just makes you want to laugh at the wonders. But do you ever wonder who's listening to the laugh? Or you're laughing and a meteor destroys every existence you've ever known? Wait, what? So let's talk about the most popular theories that'll make you think. So before we get into this, I spend a lot of my time doing deep dives on conspiracy theories. There's nothing better than late at night, grabbing a snack, getting into bed, dimming the lights, and watching conspiracy theories on YouTube. And so now after watching a lot of conspiracy theories, and I mean a lot of conspiracy theories, it's time for me to talk to you about my favourite ones that really make you think. Now these aren't my theories, and I don't necessarily believe in them at all, but you tell me. And just quickly, if you haven't already, the subscribe button's just down below. Now, this isn't so much a conspiracy theory as this is something that's probably going to happen and there's nothing we can do about it. But this is a theory that a meteor will hit the Earth and wipe out civilization. So before the dinosaurs, this had already happened 4 times. And if you think about how small the Earth is in comparison to other planets, and how many meteors a year have not only come close to hitting us, but some of them have actually entered the atmosphere. That's crazy. Now, this might sound terrifying, and you'd be right to think that. Life could end at any moment. It could be now, or it could be in 1,000 years, it could be in 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years. I mean, you won't be around for that, but you know what I'm saying. You could die eating a piece of chicken, you could be hit by a bus, or you could die by a world-ending rock that will destroy everything you've ever loved out of existence. It's no biggie. The next one I want to talk about is... Oh, hang on. Should put this outside. Alright, the next one I want to talk about is that the government or big companies can listen to your phone and what you type into your devices for data collecting and maybe subliminal messaging. I mean, this has all been confirmed already, that they collect your information through cookies for direct marketing and to build kind of an online profile for you. We know that already. But what they haven't confirmed is they can use your microphone to hack in and listen to the things that you're saying. So if you're talking about gardening a lot and you like gardening, next thing you know they're trying to sell you a mower. If you like junk food and you're trying really hard to lose weight and you click on a YouTube video on how to lose weight, and what pops up before that? KFC ad or a McDonald's ad. You get the picture. And so what I'm saying is they're doing the same thing, but they're listening as well as collecting all the data that you type into the computer. Now, I don't necessarily think there's a man on the other side listening to your phone, drinking a terrible coffee, trying really hard to avoid the Skittles that he's bought from the canteen and put on his bench. But I think that they pick up keywords and phrases that you might repeat often. For example, I was at work on a work computer and I was talking to one of my friends about a sous vide or a sous vide. It's like those things that you put into a pot. It doesn't matter what it was. My point is, I wasn't on my phone, I was on a work computer. I get home, go onto Instagram, flipping through, boom, right there. Sous vide or sous vide cooking machine. How else would they know that? My phone was in my pocket. I haven't put any of my personal details onto the work computer. So unless they're listening, there's got to be a way. And as I said, I don't think they're listening in the sense that there's a man on the other side, but I do think they're listening for keywords and phrases. Whenever you log into an app, do you not allow microphone? Even if you don't need the microphone for the app, it always comes up with, would you like to allow push notifications? Would you like to allow your microphone? There's also a theory that the government works with big companies like Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, companies like that, to collect data to create a virtual profile of you. And now that everybody has smartphones with the apps and everything, they're connected to your banks, they're connected to your thumbprints, your Face ID if you have the new phone, our movements, our diets, our interests, our fears, our biggest secrets, all of it. But let's be honest, if you came to me and said give up your phone and nobody will know anything about you, I'm not giving up my phone. They've got us trapped in a loop now. Okay, so this next one, I'm sure everybody's heard of. You might have heard different stories or different examples, but you've probably heard of this one. And this one is the Mandela effect. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Mandela effect is, basically it goes back to Nelson Mandela. A lot of people believe that Nelson Mandela died in prison, and yet in reality, he didn't die in prison. And there's been heaps of things that have popped up where a large amount of people has thought that one thing was one thing, but it turns out it wasn't that, it's been something else the other time. You've got Nelson Mandela, you've got the Bernstein Bears, you've got Sex in the City, which people thought was called Sex in the City. But here's the big ones that stick out to me. And again, a lot of you probably already know this, but these are the ones that still to this day blow my mind. So you know that Queen song, We Are the Champions? When you listen to that song, and sing it back if you have to, but do you remember at the very end of the song, they say, of the world? That's what I think. But it never happened. He's never said it. It's always just been, we are the champions. That's it. No of the world, none of that. Another one, Star Wars. Big phenomenon. What's the #1 catchphrase Darth Vader says? Did you think it? Luke, I am your father. Never says it. Instead he says,
No, I am your father.
The Monopoly guy. What does he look like to you? Does he have a monocle? No. He doesn't have a monocle. I thought he had a monocle. You thought he had a monocle. He doesn't have a monocle. He's never had a monocle. So why do we think that the Monopoly guy always had a monocle? Snow White. Mirror, mirror. No. Magic mirror. Magic mirror on the wall?
Magic mirror on the wall.
That makes more sense, but I don't remember them saying it that way. There's heaps of them. If there's any that you know that blow your mind, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And so what theorists are saying is we lived on one timeline, and then at some point during our life, it's broken up into a separate timeline, where everything's the same but slightly different, and we remember the things that happened in the past timeline. So, are we living in a parallel timeline? Or is it just a case of Chinese whispers? It's probably just a case of Chinese whispers. Alright, lastly, this is a big one. And if you're part of this group and you're watching me, please don't kill me. And that group is the Illuminati. Now, the Illuminati actually was a thing back in the day. Very similar to the Freemasons, except it was a group that couldn't afford to get into it. And so what theorists have said over time is that even though the Illuminati was shut down, it's evolved over time and had influential people of power. And what the Illuminati does is they, behind the scenes, control certain events, control certain outcomes, and one day they want to create a new world order. And yes, I know we should probably have a tinfoil hat on my head whilst we're talking about this one, but just bear with me for a moment. Do I think the Illuminati exists as people say it today? No. Do I think there's people of power behind the scenes working together as a group? Yes. You'd have to be stupid not to. If you're people of power that can make a difference, and you see eye to eye with someone else, wouldn't you want to all group together to help work multiple streams to influence society and influence the audience? Of course you would. People that have been stated to be in the Illuminati: Kanye West, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Donald Trump, Taylor Swift. Now, as I said, the Illuminati, how they state it, I don't think it exists. But it wouldn't be crazy to think that people in power are working together. Now, I could talk about the Illuminati all day, go into massive detail, all the back theories, and if you want me to make a video about that, let me know down in the comments. But I just thought I'd touch on it today, because the whole concept is interesting. Okay guys, so they're my favourite popular theories out there. They're the ones that I really spent a lot of time thinking about and doing deep dives into. They are popular, so you guys probably already know them, but it's just something I want to touch upon because I just love theories about this that really make you think about the world. And so tomorrow we're back on the movie reviews. We've got the new Annabelle movie coming out. We've also got this movie called Yesterday coming out. And if you want to stay up to date with the things that I'm doing, might I suggest hitting that subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing, commenting, and if you like the video, make sure to leave the video a like so I know which videos to make more of. Thank you so much guys for being here, and as always, work hard and be lucky.